Alright, thank you all for 5,000 subscribers. I don't really have an intro planned for this video, so let's just get right into the Q&A. It's the most difficult video or coaster to make. I would probably say the Tutatis recreation, because I had to redo the layout a few times just to make sure it was the most accurate as I could make it, and the supports were also pretty hard to do as well. Most anticipated future project, well, I'm going to do some RMC conversions of some wooden coasters where there's no way it would be possibly RMC'd, but it'd be really cool to see what it would look like. Wooden coaster that needs RMC the most, and what US Woody should be RMC'd. I would say the Boss. I think the structure has so much potential to be a great RMC. How did you become a coaster enthusiast? What made you like coasters? Well, I'd been to Cedar Point a couple times when I was younger, but what really got me interested was when I started watching Planet Coaster videos a couple years ago. And like the concept of being able to create my own amusement park, that really appealed to me. So I started watching nolimits 2 videos, found Wolf Raging 95 and I Design Amusements, who are some great inspirations for me when I first got started, and rest is history, I guess. Fury 325 or Lightning Rod. For my taste, I'd probably go with Fury 325 because I love the height and speed, and that seems to mix in some good airtime as well. Thoughts on Tutatis? It's probably going to be top 5 in Europe, maybe even top 3. Pantheon or Velocicoaster layout. For the layout, I would even go with Velocicoaster. So, with layout and the theming of Velocicoaster, I think Velocicoaster just looks like a way better ride than Pantheon. Biggest bucket list coaster in China? Dinoconda, but the top 2 GCIs in Wood Coaster and Python also look amazing. How long did it take to get to your skill level, or how long have you been making coasters? I started on Christmas of 2019, and I've been spending a couple hours a week on it since then. I mean, it's fun. So just the way you just keep improving is you just keep playing with making coasters. That's just what it is. What kind of computer do you have? I have a 2014 Mac Mini, which is not really what I'm using it for. Is not really what it's supposed to be used for, but hopefully I'll be getting a new one soon. I'm kind of saving up to put some money towards that. And yeah, that'll be much more fit for what I'm actually using the computer for. Why No Limits instead of Planet Coaster? First of all, I got No Limits because Planet Coaster hadn't even been announced for Xbox, and I had a Mac, and Planet Coaster didn't run on Mac, so I was like, hey, No Limits 2 is on that, so I'll just get that. Would you rather have Steel Vengeance be removed or Diamondback and Mystic Timbers be removed? Probably Diamondback and Mystic because Cedar Point's my home park, but if my home park were Kings Island, I would probably say otherwise. What do you think the replacement for Dragster will be? I'm really hoping they just put LSMs in the launch. As long as they can just give us an experience similar to what we had before, it would be great. What do you think Great Adventure will get next? It would be really cool if they got that rumored Giga, but that's really unrealistic, so I'd probably go with a Premier Dueling West Coast Racers, but maybe with a swing launch in there Icebreaker or something like that. The theme could also pay homage to Rolling Thunder in some way, because that was a dueling coaster as well. First park, it was Santa's Village in New Hampshire. Current coaster count is 41. When you become an enthusiast, I started becoming interested in coasters in the summer of 2019, but I would say I really became an enthusiast in around the spring of 2020. If you could redesign one RMC iBox, which one? In terms of overall RMCs, I would say Wildfire, but for just iBox coasters, I would say New Texas Giant. Parks that could beat Cedar Point, Energylandia if they keep adding coasters at the pace they did before COVID, which I don't know if they'd keep doing that, but as long as they just keep adding stuff, I think they could beat Cedar Point. Will Magic Mountain be better if Dragster is removed? I don't think so. But of course, home park bias, so. I honestly think Cedar Point is an amazing park even without Dragster, because they just have so many rides that are really, really good, which is, Magic Mountain has a few, but to the level of Cedar Point, their top 5s are not really even comparable. The top 2 is, but not the top 5. Once you get further and further, it's just, Cedar Point really just takes the cake. Underrated coaster channels, I would say the biggest underrated coaster channel is Northern Rides, and for No Limits channels, I would say Immelman Footers is the best, but in terms of layout, J Coasters and ML Designs are my favorites. How do you feel about RMC Wildcat? I think whatever RMC comes up with will be awesome, and it'll be definitely top 15 in North America, if not better than that. Number 1 bucket list coaster, Edgenica, bucket list park, Fuji-Q Highland. Next coaster at Carowinds to close, probably Nighthawk, but I really hope that Hurler is RMC. That would work really well with their lineup. Number 1 bucket list in Europe, Energylandia. Number of parks visited, I visited 7 parks. Advice in getting better at NL2, just keep practicing making stuff and watch, build time lapses and tutorials to get a feel for how other people build stuff, and then you can kind of develop your own style. If I were the CEO of Six Flags, what would I change and what coasters would I add? Frontier City and Great Escape, give them an RMC Raptor, give New England an SNS Air Launch, RMC Roar at Six Flags America, and a Taiga-style Intamin Blitz for Great America, which is unrealistic in terms of Six Flags now, but I guess in this hypothetical situation I'm the CEO, so whatever. What was your first NL2 creation? It was this crappy Intamin mega coaster that was kind of like a mini Millennium Force, but with a lot of arrow-like transitions because I didn't know how to build coasters. But that file is long gone and I have no footage of that, unfortunately. What do you think of Exodus at Thorpe Park? I think it'll easily be the best coaster in the UK and probably be around top 30 to 40 in the world. Do you have any pets? Yeah, I have an English cream golden retriever named Maisie. What do you think a modern Arrow would be like? They'd probably have modernized their build system and track, similar to what Vekoma has done, but I'm guessing they would probably look slightly more like modern Intamin than modern Vekoma. Top 5 coasters and top 5 bucket list. Top 5 coasters I'm saving for a video, but top 5 bucket list is Ejinika, Python and Bamboo Forest, Ride to Happiness, I-305, and Hakuge. If you could ride one UK coaster, what would it be? I would say Stealth right now because I miss Dragster, but in a few years I would say Exodus. If you enjoyed that video, make sure you're subscribed. I know this was kind of a shorter one, but we'll be getting back to the good stuff after this. I'll see you next time.